And what we're trying to continue with is to have the best and brightest ideas. So Rusty's going to be a facilitator this morning. I know some of you have also played around with the website, and definitely I know Donna and Becky and myself and so forth, others, definitely give some contribution as far as what you've learned, things that you find are maybe weaknesses on the site. But by way of overall background, you and I as an agent have a lot of resources available to us. If you're ready, let's say you're on the buyer side, you want your buyer asks, what is the best price? How can we optimize my chance of having my offer accepted? Then if you haven't already done the CMA, that's your first opportunity. Now you have several choices. Actually, you have 4 choices if you really stop thinking about it. Get a baseline of information off CRS tax, learn a lot of information about current ownership, financing, and so forth. You got the drop-down windows. Now, the advantages are it's immediately accessible. When you pull in the property address on CRS tax, it automatically defaults to what? 3/4 mile radius within 1 year. Now, most of us will want to scope that down to 6 months or earlier, and that your property is in a subdivision allows you to go ahead and change immediately to subdivision up to 10 miles. So there's a lot of value in even that first capability for doing a CMA on CRS tax. However, it doesn't give you the opportunity to really fine-tune your search. So then you have, when you're in CRS tax, you go to RealTrax, you can either do a quick search, set up certain parameters if you want to look at just 1-story buildings, 2-car garages only. If you're comfortable with saying all 2-car, you're subject to property 2-car, you can go ahead and set up real quickly to do a CMA that method. Also, many of you, Tim, I know utilizes several others. The cloud CMA is wonderful. There's a lot of information not only for buyer purposes, but also from seller purposes. You're getting ready, you want to have listing appointments. These are kind of the methods and processes you can get. The last option, and frankly is a wonderful, I want to compliment Rusty, it was a few months ago. He said, Lucky, are you aware that NAR has adopted and implemented, activated a resource available through no additional cost? We're already paying a portion of our $525 a year to NAR, right? You got MTAR dues, TAR dues, which gives us all the documents we use, and then NAR. So what this method allows us to do is in the past, and Rusty had mentioned this, and I agree on Tuesday, in the past, we were only able to give ranges, and really it was hard for us to really assess. Well, you got that some unusual aspects. How do you adjust for condition? How do you adjust for certain amenities? And we don't, unless you're a really high sales producer that can justify a subscription into Marshall & Swift that regionalizes certain categories of information, say that certain outbuilding this size with certain kind of 220 wiring, you can go ahead and allot this amount of adjustment in your CMA materials. Well, most of us can't justify that extra subscription, but this website allows us some modicum of ability to adjust for the comparable sales are worse condition, better condition, you move the scale, and that allows you to do it. It also reflects, I used it yesterday, initially with Rusty, and then I got together, we have an opinion that came lower than the contract sale price, and put forth presentation using RPR's website that allows us to put in the market conditions. This market definitely put the high side. It automatically plugs in a financial amount for us. It's amazing from that standpoint. Now, it's precise in that you got an amount, but then again, what's not really precise is you got some degree of, how much you adjust. Is it the far end of the screen or the scale or not? But you can see that really does some of the aspects of what we don't have with the Marshall & Swift adjustment capability. So that's the biggest value, whether you're on listing appointment. By the way, I think you got an example. This website will allow you, if you don't already have a PowerPoint listing presentation using exit resource templates or customizing your own for competing listing appointments, you could actually pull up a lot of this stuff vis-a-vis in lieu of actually having your own listing presentation. Wouldn't you agree with that, Rusty?
Yes.
And it's really wonderful stuff. So that's a backdrop, and this is intended to be kind of an open panel discussion. Is how Rusty. But again, thank you, Rusty, for for facilitating.
All right.
All right, everybody see the sheet? We've taken the sentence sheet, not to big brothers watching over your shoulders, but it helps us to understand who's getting what when.
Okay. Now let me explain something to you. Yes, Brad?
Yes.
I hear you say that when we go click on the CRS
Yes.
link,
Uh-huh.
that it will pull up anything within a quarter of a 3/4
Yeah.
mile radius.
Yes, the automatic default. If you plug in 1, 2, 3 Main Street as a subject that you want a baseline of information on, then you go to the drop down for comparables, I think it says, and that what you'll see is it'll automatically provide matches within the default is 3/4 mile radius. And most often, we'll adjust that. Because let's say if you know it's a subdivision, it allows you to go ahead and change that default to go ahead subdivision on out to 10-mile radius. The other thing is the length of time of the sales that CRS tax will pull in sales data for us to select from what matches, what doesn't. And that's another thing that you adjust either to, it allows you to go up to 3 months, Fred, 6 months options, I think 9 months, a year, and so forth. But yeah, to answer your question, that is still on CRS.
Well, is that something that I should have known some time ago? Like, I never knew that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, play around with it, and if after meeting, I'll be happy to show you.
I mean, I can do it.
Yeah.
I never knew
Yeah.
that it was in 3/4 mile radius.
Yeah, it's the automatic default, and you'll see it actually show there. And like I said, more often than not, you're going to adjust that because you might not get enough matches, 3/4 from your subject, or you might get too much. You want to narrow it down. And what we're trying to do is, why is it that once a year we try to have a licensed appraiser come out and share what it's like for them, what standards they use, is because we need to think similar to an appraiser. And when we do CMAs, the best advice I can give, or all of us I think could give, is to think like that appraiser. And what are they doing when they first have a property that they have an appraiser that's ordered for an appraiser? They're going to be thinking, their mentality is thinking, if it's a subdivision as close to the sales around the property that are like properties, whether it be year build, condition, style. Sometimes an appraiser, they may require a 3 log cabin situation, 3, 4, 5 within the next 6 months or preferably sooner. Sometimes if they don't get enough, they'll go out to a year. My advice on that is check with the lender, to check on the underwriter, to see what's going to be deemed acceptable. I had a log cabin 5 acres or more, a horse barn in Dixon, and I knew it was very unlikely to find comps before I wrote an offer. And sure enough, we greased the skid, and we found out the appraiser was not going to have a dictum from the underwriter saying they have to be all log cabins. They would allow a rustic, or at least 2 properties, rustic or log, and the third can be just normal, traditional with an adjustment. So the bottom line is that's what we're trying to do, but we're trying to think about how would an appraiser look at this property. We're not appraisers. What's the difference? When we talk to our clients and customers, are we talking values or prices?
Right.
Pricing. Yeah. The appraisers are talking about values. A little technicality, but if there ever was a complaint against us, and we're representing things of opinions of value, then they can come at us and say, well, you're practicing appraisal, and you're not an appraiser, and therefore you're on a weakened position. So think about these are recommended prices. This is we utilize the same data, frankly, but again, the other big difference is what the appraisers are getting $450 or $50 for their appraisal. We're getting free services. But does that help in terms of Fred to answer that question and the different options available? It's not unusual for me to actually go with several methods, whether I'm working with a buyer or a seller. And sometimes the quick and dirty you can pull off with CRS tax. This is you really want to get some good detail. It's amazing what Rusty's going to go ahead and go in with your contributions. Yeah, to qualify, yeah, Rusty is amazing, plus the website.
My wife only knew. So.
Oh, right. All right, without further ado, is anything else? Okay, thank you all for attending. I think you.
This is the largest class I've ever had here. This is not even a class. This is a come together. This is like, hey, we're hanging out, and let me tell you what I figured out. That's what this started from. I was talking with Bob Elliott and Lucky. Now just, here's this. This is what I spent the last few weeks learning how to do. And so then here I am now. So what I want to do is, first thing, before we start going into this, is this right here. Because I'm the HUD local listing broker, I'm required to take classes. And I have to do a lot of what are called BPO, they're called broker price opinions. And I had to take classes earlier this year and become certified as a BPO professional. And so in these little pieces of paper right here are the official nationwide guidelines on how to do measurements. It's like, for example, if you have less than an acre on your subject, you can go 30% positive or negative. Okay? Okay, if you have between 1 and 2.9 acres, you can go again positive or negative half an acre. So these are the rules that the nationwide standards have been set up with. So if you ever get called into litigation or anything, you don't have to say, well, I just thought it looked pretty good. You can say, yeah, I use it as a NABOP standard of excellence. Because you'll have it in here how much is the age of the subject property. A big one is square footage. Say like your subject is between 1,000 and 2,000 square feet. That means you can go 20% negative or 20% positive. And so that gives you a little bit these are the official guidelines. So, as opposed to just coming up with stuff that you just think just looks good. All right? So read that, it's very simple. All right, the first time I saw this, here's what I clicked out of it. 1, this covers the entire country. Okay? You can do your mother-in-law's house, you can do your best friend's house in Poughkeepsie, New Jersey. I looked up my mother-in-law's house. My wife got really mad because she said I was infringing on my mother-in-law's privacy. No, this is what it is. And so that's the first shocker I got with this. All right.
Could I add one thing at that point? Let's say you're on a listening appointment. You learn that the person that's interviewing you're interviewing them, see whether or not you want to even take the listing. They tell you that they're going to be interviewing 2 more people. You ask what is their motivation for selling. You learn they're being transferred or they're relocating. How about providing this element to them as a free service to give them an idea of the cost of living change, what kind of property they're looking for, and that will help to set you apart. We always try to teach anything that you can do to help differentiate you from other competing agents. The more likelihood that you'll get what? That listing. Whether it be like in the next case, the many options, marketing plans, which one do you want to? Even on this kind of thing, I would say very rarely, if any, competing agent would be offering to provide a CMA for a property they want to purchase in Dallas. And you can give some idea. Does that make sense?
Okay. Let's go have that first breakthrough. So I'm fooling around with this thing.
Since this is a discussion.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you my rules.
Okay.
I have rules.
Okay.
I have to be out of here by 10:30.
I have to be out here by 10. So.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm in charge. So, all right. I've got to get you through certain major points, and then we'll talk all you want. But I've got to make sure we cover this main stuff. So hold on. Here we go. All right. What I want you to do, I want you to type in up here 132 Bonnebrook. BONNABROOK Drive.
Oh, the house.
Yeah, so you see how it comes up for you already? Don't go any farther. Stay with me. I know you guys are like, herding cats sometimes.
Smyrna.
This is why I need that.
132 Bonnebrook.
Okay. Just hold on for a second. Okay. Is it showing up on the screen?
Are you still connected to the internet?
No, it's not.
Okay. So what I want you to do, come on, oh, y'all really have to stay with me. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on error has occurred. We've been notified and we're walking to resolve it. Oh, that's fantastic. Now you're gonna see how it is to be a realtor and think on your feet. Okay.
Mine came right up. So did mine.
Change the internet.
Are you on the right internet?
Change the Wi-Fi.
All right.
Mine's filled up, so.
Don't use exit 2. I don't want mine to.
I'm on exit 2.
I'm on exit 1.
I'm on 4. 3 and 4 are upstairs. I'm on 4 and
Hold on.
You've lost the group, Rusty.
Well, I ain't telling what I know. You know?
I brought in the lunch card that we had to have.
Thank you. Thank you.
They're now back with you.
Yeah. I'm back with you. All right. So I'm going to go to Google Chrome.
It's been a while since I've filled up, so. My gosh. Okay, come on here.
All right. Come on, baby.
It's like a real track snack.
There we
like,
go.
Log number. Your real track ID.
Oh. Okay, look. I go to exit 4.
Yes. That's
good.
See, when you get in these situations, you just have to be calm. And don't let them run away with you. That's why I have the money belt. That's why I ring it, you know. Okay, I'm going to connect on Exit Realty 4. I don't want
You already connected.
All right.
You're gonna disconnect. Don't click or you're gonna.
Don't click. Just go back up your arrow and get out.
Take your arrow off of there, yeah.
So, is that better? Okay. Are we back on?
This thing is running like crazy. I'm using my Wi-Fi, so that's why I'm so. That's what I'm going through.
You can click on that 1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah,
box
and that's
over
where
and
your
click on that
icon
arrow and right back up.
All right. Who wants to be my
Because it took me a while to
administrator?
figure that one out too. I think that's it.
Click on that.
Okay.
Okay, over there, see the box? There it is. Right down.
Oh,
Right there. No.
Nope.
Too far.
Right there.
No.
No, you're connected to that. Get off of it.
Okay, there you go. No. You said. See, I didn't learn how to do the computer. I learned how to do the program.
You click on that box and it should open.
Would you feel better if you came back tomorrow, Rusty?
No. All right, we're going to try this again. Okay, 132. I was in a class with this really world famous repo person was in there, and she was talking about all of our techniques and everything, and the same thing happened. And this person came up and she offered him a proposal of marriage after he finished everything. So.
That should be populated.
Okay, let's try this. What? Oh.
Look at that.
The little circle goes round and round. It never
Because we're
gets
all
long.
on 4. Most of it.
Okay.
Alright, mine's not showing.
Okay, here we go. See that number 149,250? That's if there's everything's right. That's the price of the house. Right there. You haven't figured anything out. There it is. And to prove that that's the right price, you go to View Details. Okay. Click onto that. And lo and behold, it'll give you all the comps that came up with that price.
Right underneath the price.
Okay, see how the little map comes up? And it shows you all the different properties that are close enough to what you want. As a person who does a lot of VPOs, that normally has taken me anywhere from 5 to 6 hours to figure out.
What did you click to get there? Mine came right
All right, let's
Mine's
just,
still loading. Right
Okay,
underneath
okay.
I'm still loading that.
but you see you got the
Yeah,
map.
mine's still loading the map.
Anything else?
Okay, you see the map, you see the different properties, and this is all the MLS. Okay, so how many can see, wow, that's a really good tool.
It work.
Did it come up?
What?
If I could get it to load.
I don't do that.
Rusty, have you backed into those to, like the old way to make sure that?
You're patience.
Nice.
You're just gonna have to wait. Because when I saw this, I went, holy cow! The stress of not having to do 6 hours of this, you know. So, but the reason why I picked this property is I'm kind of familiar with it because it really is that 149,520 is really not correct. Okay, because on this property is another 1,200 square feet in addition to what it's come up with. Okay, so let's just go back.
Kidding me.
Go forward again.
What is
It's
it?
the same thing.
I'm sorry.
It's like one,
I'm
three,
going to
three.
type it again. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh my God, you moved on.
Okay, look, I think it's
Awesome.
look, see how I came up with that? Okay, good. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to click onto that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, that's the first column. Alright, and you just punch in the name, the address, it comes in, it does its search, and there you are. Alright? Now, because there's differences to this house, alright, so we've got that, we've got the 149, and we got the view details, and I'm not going to go to the RV and stuff like that, alright. But the main things you've got to be aware of is the summary column, that's the one we're on right now, the refined value column, and the comp analysis column. There are just 3 of those. That's all you got to learn. Okay? Alright, so what we're going to do, you know, I know there's 1,200 more feet in this property. I know that 149,520 is not going to fly. So I'm going to go to something called, this is what Lucky likes, it's called refined value. So click on to refined value. Y'all are doing very well being quiet. I know how hard it is for realtors.
It's because we're fighting the computer.
Fighting the computers.
All right. Now, what this does, this allows you to change things. All right. Now, if you remember, or the original, I didn't. You know what? I'm sorry. Let's go back to where we were.
It took too long to get here.
I can leave and you can suffer.
I knew you forgot something, but I wasn't. Click on summary, guys.
All right. So anyway. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So let's say like you have a property that's a little different from what it is on public record. Notice it says here that their living area is 1,200 square feet, right here. That amount here is based, the amount that they came up with, the price amount that they came up with is based on that 1,200 square feet amount. So what you do, you correct all the issues. It says here public facts, and then you'll see down here they say there's 1,200 square feet in the house, but there's really 2,400 square feet. That will affect the rest of the computations and the rest of the figuring here. This you form your base pricing, your base square footage, your base everything. Because everything, any formula that will occur what happens on this first page. Okay? All right, thank you. I love quiet when you're with info. All right, now let's go back to refined value again.
Did you change that in there?
Yes, I did, because I just...
Here's your new one.
Yeah, but I'm still not there because of the garage.
Okay. All right.
Just saying.
See right there where it says 2,400?
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Yes, but on mine it's not showing garage.
Okay, well, you can put in the things that they're really interested in are the numbered columns. It seems to affect when I was playing around with it, it seems to be affected by the number. But
Got it. Never mind. Got
not
it.
necessarily garages and concrete or
But it's
composition shingle roofs or anything like that. we'll kind of get that here in a second. All right, so
Does
let's.
it make a difference if you put 2 stories, since apparently it must be 2-story because it has 12
It doesn't so far.
Oh.
Okay, that's another one of those play with it, you know. Like it won't do a 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so there's.
It's either 1 or 2.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then let me get this. This is something to take a note on. The way it does bathrooms, say like you have 2.5 baths in the house. Well, the way they'll look at it is 3 bathrooms. You had 3 rooms that have bathrooms. Okay, doesn't matter if one is half or full or whatever. So you'll see here. We'll say, oh, right here. Okay. You've got total. Okay, you've got total baths. So you've got 1 full and 1 partial. Y'all see that? Everybody go, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. My page looks different than that.
All right, so that's another little nuance of what I've been doing the last 3 weeks is figuring that. All right.
I just went to somewhere.
All right, so let's go to refined value. All right. And I'll tell you this, I've been studying this thing, and I stopped, one of the things I stopped declining because they were trying to do the, well, I know, I put in vinyl siding, last week, and it sold the price for $150,000, sold it for $300,000. Really? Let me show you what they really sold the house for. Okay, just like, and there'll be pictures and it'll be awesome. All right, so we're going to do what is called refined value, and refine the value by adjusting the basic fact. Okay, which reminds me of something. They have the best customer service I've ever experienced. They are open 24/7 every day. I have made calls at 1 a.m. in the morning, and they're, yes, welcome to RPR. Can I help you? And they know what they're doing. It isn't like, somebody just, they just put me back there into the phone, we'll call you back. No, they solved the problem right there. So be aware of that wonderful fact. All right. So, watch this number go down, I hope.
In 20 minutes.
Look at that. All right, now here's the big thing. See how it was originally 1,200 square feet? But it's 2,400 square feet. So I went in and put in another 1,200, which are a total of 2,400. Okay? And then it says apply changes. Boom. That added 101,000 to the price of the house. Because they have their algorithms. Don't ask me to explain that. But they have their algorithms and their formulas that will happen from this property in this area at this time frame and all that stuff. So that's what the extra 1,200 square feet brings to the table. So if you notice to the right, let me get out of something right here, and I'll show you. Okay. So what that did, you got the original 149,000, which was the first column we went to. Then refine change it by just adding because they needed to have the square footage added to it, added another 101,974. There's some more things I'm going to show you. Okay. And so that shows where, right now, that's where the price of the house is. Because you added the 1,200 square feet. Now, what if they want to add something to it?
Your numbers are not.
matching up.
That's because he's made changes already in
Oh. Watch and be amazed.
I'm ready to be amazed.
Yeah, okay.
Bring it.
We're now going to remember, I'm not having a class. We're having just a get together. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I know I'm in charge. But Mike's in charge of it.
He's preaching right now. Let him go.
Here we go. Let's say like, all right. I'm just gonna make this easier because this is the part that Lucky likes. Okay. All right. But there's more to a house than just square footage. The market is really hot right now. Well, you have on this bad boy, refine the value based on market and home conditions. See where it says average right there? Well, we know we're in the hottest market of all time, but do we really have a tool that allows us to, have the correct pricing for it?
We do now.
You do now. See how I'm going to go over here to the right, because it's going to be a hot market? And so that goes, and that changes the numbers that you gentlemen were talking about, because I just put it into the hot market. All right, so that added that. And then, let's go. Okay, privacy. See right here? Sometimes, you get value for where the house is located, if it's a private location, or if it has a wonderful, spectacular view. People pay money for views. Well, why can't we just go ahead and charge them for it right here in our estimate? Okay? So what's happened is that, you got 100 on that top one. You've got 101,974. Then you add you've got the hot market conditions. It has I said the home exterior conditions were not as good as the other home conditions in the area. So you can change that to make it equal to the area or it's better, and that automatically changes the pricing. Okay? Yeah, for you. All right. And then you got the view. So all that came with an additional $11,000 and $11,010. So if you go to the top, you get all the stuff that you added together. Now it's $262,505. Okay. Are we grasping the wonderfulness of that?
Yes. Mr. Russell.
Yes, ma'am.
On the
You're my
refined,
friend, so the rest of them.
the refined value. Did we have to go up to the top and hit apply changes there too, or does it automatically do it for us?
You will need to apply. You will have to push the button. It's very simple. Look at this. Look at refine the value by adjusting you're adjusting the basic facts. Oh, I say let's do something. Oh, this is fantastic.
Yes.
Okay. When you get the NAR paper and it's here's what what is the value that do you receive by putting a new bathroom in? Or a new kitchen or whatever. All right. So let's say we're going to add a home improvement and we're going to add a upscale bathroom remodel. Okay. Everybody see where I'm at? Okay. We're on refine value, and then go down where it says refine the value based on any home improvement, which is right here, this one. Okay, you getting excited?
I am.
All right. So what you do, let's say the home improvement, they've already got this plugged into the situation. And just for fun, we're going to have a bathroom remodel, like Fred has in his house.
I love these things.
I'm gonna make another story, Fred.
Your wife's been talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just.
Everything I see.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say they're going to do a bathroom remodel. Okay, so you click on the bathroom remodel, and whoa, baby, it gives the conditions of all the things that this figuring comes up on what a bathroom remodel is. Now, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be exact, but it gives you a framework by which to work. And then here's the beautiful part. This is the part, on this one we're dealing right now, they're really mad at me because of this right here. Is that you said a day complete, so you put in, because timing is important. Let's say we're going to complete this September, and we're going to do it. Apparently, this affects the price. Okay, September 2017. And you say, Mr. Customer, how much are you going to spend on doing this bathroom, upgrade? We're going to spend $30,000. All right, smoke it. Okay. So, now watch it. Here comes the beautiful part. Hit add.
Cannot be in the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, choose off.
Okay, you can.
August.
That's okay.
Go to July.
Just go to August.
Okay,
I put July.
all right, so 2 seconds.
August.
Okay, I'm getting there.
That's amazing.
All right, so May. Okay, then we're gonna now watch this.
No, I meant price. Let's see what differences
So
we make
formula
now.
starts to quicken.
Oh, he chooses May. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, let's see the differences. Yeah.
And what it's going to do is so fantastic. You'll just love it.
And then all the things that are listed, all the things that are listed underneath there, it's not saying you gotta have every bit of that done, it's saying these are the combinations of things that need to be in there to add this value.
It just gives a description of what, here it is.
They consider it to be.
Well, what's gonna happen is it's
If the
gonna,
internet works.
14,400.
so what it's gonna do, it's gonna give you the value of the repair. How many of you have been told, well, I put this new granite marble top in, and I put in this, and I put in that, and I spent $10 million, I should be getting $10 million back. Well, you ain't getting it. And so what I found in doing this is that it's typically 65% to 85% on the dollar, depending on what the repair is.
So it's like buying a new car and driving it off the road.
Right, basically. So, like,
I'm trying.
this house right here, they've already spent $25,000 on building a new addition to their home, and basically, but they haven't put any heating and air conditioning in yet, so it's really a glorified storage shed. Hold on for a second. And so I told them they spent $25,000, and I said, well, you're not going to get your money back on that because you want to spend $60,000, and so the only amount of money you're going to get back is about $30,000, even though they spent $60,000. So that's a conversation you have to have, and this proves it right here. Unfortunately, okay, I'm going to back out. But anyway, it has, I don't know if you saw it, it has a list of different home repairs that you can do, and then that way you can show to your customer. Thank you. Let's try it again, okay? So you're gonna.
That's needs improvements, go up.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's go to the bathroom. Let's do mid-range. Bathroom remodel. Okay, you see how it's different now from the other description? Because they go through each one and they explain, well, this is what we think this is, all right? So you go in and then you put the date in. Let's say May. Let's make it 2016. Let's say they're going to spend $30,000. You're going to hit ads. Boom. 17,683 is what the value you're going to be getting. And notice that it added that to the changes here. So now we're at 280. Okay. Now remember how we started out at 149? You might want to think about this close. Like I said, that first number you get, that's the Zillow number. Okay, that's the Zillow number. I played with it a little bit there. When you get that first number, just go look it up because see if Zillow's got the same thing you do. Okay, probably do. But then when you see you get to refine it, if nothing else, because people, the market's so hot and everything's going crazy and everything. Well, you just say, I took care of that. Here it is, an extra $10,000. This boy's on top of things. All right. Now. So we're now at 280,000, all right? And then you've got the different, and you can go and add different ones, and then you've got the local market conditions and all that. So there's that. So now we're at $280,000. All right, here we go. Now we're going to the last one. We're going to comps. Because let's say like it's not, the numbers aren't functioning, or you're not happy, or whatever. You can now go to comp analysis.
Does it save that number right there for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's saved. Okay. So you go to comp analysis, right there. All right. Are you excited yet? There's a lot more to this thing. I got a thing from them yesterday that said top 15 apps every realtor should have. It's like this own little special RPR club, with an R. And again, it's free. Free. Okay. All right. Now this is the comp analysis. I want you to go over the top right here. Okay. See, it has the 149,550. That's what's called the Zillow number. But it's possible for that number to be right. Okay, and save yourself a lot of hassle. The only reason why we just kept going on is I knew there was a screw up in the square footage. But what if I'm just like, come out and see me, Rusty. Oh, great. So I may just stay with that first one. So. All right, but then you got the square footage, that's living. See, but now it's taking into effect the 2,400 square feet. It's acknowledging that 0.33 acres, a 3-bed, 2-bath built in 1960. Okay, it says comparative analysis, sales comparative analysis. What's the difference? I have no clue. All right, so what you want to do? We're now going to set up a search engine for comps. It should be easier because in this area, because this is the bonus. Are y'all familiar with the bonus? Really? That's an area in Hermitage that everything is Bonnet Creek, Bonnet Wood, Bonnet whatever. It's just like about five.
I've never been to Hermitage, so.
I have. Okay.
Bonnaroo? Bonnaroo?
Alright, so what we're gonna do,
That's the Hardy Street.
okay, we're gonna go confirm, we're gonna go and do what good little agents should and go look up comps. So, alright, okay, here we go. This is another perform the base. Alright, so what we've got, see how I told you about the bedrooms? Okay, you got three. And see these star marks right here? Those are the numbers that they're concerned about. If it's not got these little bad boys right here, they don't really care. This is how they judge things. Now, yeah, okay. Alright, so this has everything in it, and you can, so I changed it from living area, it said 1200, see it says public record data, which this program uses, and then it goes to listing data and your changes, and that's why we changed that, and that's going to affect stuff. Alright, so what we're doing, you come down and confirm facts and close. Alright, so we've done that. Now what we're going to do, now since I've already worked on this, you know what? Let me do this for you, okay? I'm going to clear this all up. Okay. We're going to start all brand new again, because that was previous stuff. Okay, so you're going to go, and you go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go to number 1. Okay, then you put in, and all the stuff is already in there. Okay? Then you're going to put confirm and close. Okay? And then you're going to go find comps. Because I just put the formula in, this is all the stuff I want in this area. Okay? We're starting that process at least. Okay, now here's the part where we go set up the search engine. Alright? And since you will have your handy dandy National Association of Broker Price Opinions guidelines, you will put in the correct things here. Alright, so this is so you do, alright. And according to that piece of paper I gave you, you should only go 3 months out if you're in a really hot market. Okay, as opposed to the 12 months. I'm just going to go 12 because I just want to show you more stuff. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to take it to 12 months. We're going to say it's a 3-bedroom. It's a 3-bedroom. 1 to 3 on that. Now, is the total, we're at 2,400 square feet, right? So if you take your BTO, say somebody do this for me, 2,400 times 28.
28.
Yeah.
192.
1,920?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's the minimum. Okay, what's 2,400 times 1.2? 2660?
2880.
Okay. So you can get, according to the BPO folks, that's the price range you can get pull a comp on and not feel bad about it. Okay. Lot size, that's okay. Okay, I'm going to move it up to 350,000, so I know what's going to happen. And then the house was built in 1960, and it said at the top of the screen. So you put it between 1955 and 1965. So you want, there are a lot of ranches, a lot of brick, that sort of thing. So, all right, so what we're going to do, we're going to hit search.
You gonna leave the square footage thing there?
Yeah, that's okay.
You don't check the box, it doesn't work, doesn't count.
Oh, look at that! I never noticed that.
Oh.
I think I've learned something. I'm telling you.
Right on, right on.
I said you don't check it, because I mean, if something's coming in at $110, several of them $110 square foot.
Well, this ought to be interesting. What happens? Okay, here we go. Search. All right, so here we got one comp. All right, notice it's within 55 miles, half a mile of the property, because it's been on the market for 12 days. It sold on December the 14th. It sold for $126,000, which is not acceptable. And then 2,050 square feet. And then, all right, so
I didn't mark the square footage and got 2 more comps.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So let's say like you don't like it, like that.
Right?
Well, I just
Okay.
didn't put
Then
it
go
in
ahead and
square
modify search again. Okay. And which one did you get rid of?
footage. The square footage.
You gotta leave.
Price.
You gotta leave that one, I think. Price per
I
square.
left-
Price
I
per
left
square
the
foot.
price per square foot out and got mine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
So
did.
what else did you leave
I
out?
wouldn't want
That's
that.
all I left out.
Okay, so
We
let's
had
get search
limitations on
again.
mine.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, for
I
our
got
purposes,
4.
this is
Right.
fine. Okay. So you have 3
Okay.
sold properties to use as comps, and then you have 1 for sale property to use as comps. Okay. Now, if you're doing like a BPO situation, usually they want 3 active sales and they want 3 closed. So depending on your customer or who it is, you'll find out what they want. So anyway, you've got this one, 2,225 square feet, and this is the one that Juanita and I did for 175,000. Okay, let's hold off on that. Then you've got this one for $80 to 155. Man, these are crummy. 62 at 126, and then this one right here for 219. So what I would do now, just for demonstration purposes, I would not be happy with any of these comps, so I would go back in again and refigure them again. But for time's sake, what you do is to say like you're going to use these 3 right here. Why is it doing it?
Which store are you using? Besides.
I use it on the bottom, can't you?
What am I doing wrong? Oh, here it is. Thank you. So what you do, the comp that you want to pick, I'm just going to pick all of these. All right. And then it'll show you the lowest one you have up to the highest one, the 148 to 263, and then it will give you that's where, and then you get do an average of it. Okay. Now don't use
What's
this
the numbers on
because the comps are wrong.
That's not the one.
So I just want to show you the technique. So you update valuation and close.
There's no more for 148.
Okay. And the result of the comp analysis, they say you should charge $198,000 for the property. Okay?
Normally, set up your search parameters, you would not select the price per square foot, because you're really trying to establish what that is.
Yeah.
So
Right.
delete that.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm just showing you how to play with it. Okay. Now, in terms of making the report, because one of the things you can do, this thing, it'll come out like this. And it's all pretty, and it's got pictures.
Minus the binder and the clear coat.
Yeah, this is done with it. But it'll show you, like, this is what the original, and you can do things with the report. You can take off stuff, you can put stuff on, in other words, I don't want them seeing that $149,000 thing, okay? So I can take it off, all right? So all you have to do is you go create a report, and you have look at all these reports you have, okay? And one thing that's unique about this one, you can do school reports, and you can talk about all the schools in the area based on the local reports, okay? This is off the public school website.
So it's going to show like the A plus schools, the 0 through 10 ranking, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on how the
You
school
may not want to
system
show the
does
schools
it.
in that area.
Right.
Okay, let's look at these here. These are in the area. I have no knowledge of what they're like.
You can only choose one.
Okay, so it takes about 4 minutes to do it. 3 goes 2 to 4 minutes. And then you go,
So while you're doing that, can I ask you something about that page right before?
yeah.
It was where it had the range.
Yeah.
So that's just giving you, what that's doing is that's saying, okay, out of these 4 properties, the average price is this much per square foot, so we're going to take your house and we're going to put it from that square footage amount from this range to this range? Because it's not doing like a median on it, right?
No.
Okay.
Median being the
Middle.
middle, and mean being the average.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that for a second. So we're going to look at Megata Comp High School, and it's going to run the comps. So we'll find out how good they are.
No joke, seriously.
No, it'll ding like a doorbell when it's on.
No, that's the previous one. See, it being different. It takes a while.
Do you come in and look at Have you looked at individual comps to see if they're close to the house? Because in
Yeah.
some neighborhoods, like,
Remember-
they're
remember-
changing neighborhood.
Yeah, but remember, is everything has to be under a mile.
Right, sometimes in some neighborhoods, I mean, like I live downtown Murfreesboro, one block's scary and another block's Cherry Lane.
You can get the report of this.
Yeah.
Get your report.
Okay, here's the McGavick Comp High School. And
4 out of 10. So you probably want to not leave it for this report.
I can't help that lady.
Oh my God,
Alright, so here's
Bless
the,
them.
Be particularly helpful for a buyer who's asking about schools and get ready to have you write an offer. And you can now.
so McGavick is 4 out of 10. Okay, what I want to do is I just want to show you this. I'm going to go make a seller's report. Okay, so watch this. This is important. See all these different things here? I'm going to show you a copy of it. And it's like if you do the property report of this thing, it's like 75 pages. It'll tell you everything you ever want to know. But what you can do is you can erase it to make your property. Like I'm working on one right now where I don't have any numbers in the front of the listing presentation. They don't get a price till we go through all, and it's saved in the back, so you can play with that. So let me just put in. So what you do is you want to we're going to do a seller report. That's what I want to do. Okay. So what you go down here to the bottom, and then you can either you can run the report, you can email it to your customer if you're happy with it. So let's just go do that. And it'll take 4 minutes, and you'll see what a nice little report for you. And so it's now 5 to 10, and I'm done.
This is awesome.
So hopefully I've given you enough to go, I need to figure that out. Okay?
Does this have a place that we can store our contacts and stuff like that? Maybe I missed it.
Rusty, one of the other things, when you, right before you got to the report and ran the comps, it gives you an opportunity to go in and, okay, let's say there were those 4 comps that you chose, you can rate them to, are they better or worse than your own
that's the
property?
BPO function, which we're not going over today.
Right, but
Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you want to go through BPOs and this stuff, it does have a little tool, like it'll go better or worse than the subject property, and it'll increase or decrease the value. So yeah, it's a good point, but Brenda's not sure about that. So, all right.
Sure, you probably plan to do is one of the larger report items, the ones that they don't need.
Yeah, we're gonna mostly clear it up and show you that. So, all right. So I'm really thankful for this. It's because about 3 months ago, I was asking people, how in the world are you coming up with your sale price? You know, like, what are you doing? I didn't get a straight answer. You know, so, well, I've been doing it. I just do it off what I think it's going to be. And I go, oh no, we can't be having that. And so what this will do, it'll take folks that are not great at pricing properties and give them a leg up. In terms of if you're going against somebody who's very familiar with the area and is considered a local expert, sometimes you can beat those people by showing things like this. I don't want your opinion, I want the facts. And so, and what will happen is once this report comes up, it also will help you, beat down the customer that believes they know everything about real estate. Because we're in the one profession that everybody thinks they're an expert at. If we were doctors, no one would critique us. But since we're real estate, because somebody's bought a house, they're geniuses.
Yeah.
And then I go, so this is when I get tacky. I go, would you like to show you how many properties I've sold? So tell me how you beat this. And so anyway, I'll get Greg and I will get our trophies that light up, which is like our little lava light things. So, all right, we're still waiting. And you hear the doorbell come up? That means it's ready. So, all right, what?
It's ready.
All right. I do this at home, and Kathy goes, what is that? She knows what our doorbell sounds like. All right, so what you'll do So go to seller report. There she blows. Alright, so, oh, that's another one I did too. Alright, so it'll be like this. Okay, everybody got that? And then what you'll do, you'll have hundreds of home facts, extended home facts. Okay, there's the refined value, like when we change things, okay? And you can show them, well, I know the market rate. Well, yes, we do too, and this is how we've compensated for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Or I'm adding, I don't know, whatever we did. So you can get all that. You see how that changed it added $11,000 to the final bid. All right, and then just add that, and then it's all that. Okay, then you'll have more charts if you know what to do. This is kind of cool, and it talks about where the subject is, and it talks about if you do this in color, if it's in how hot is the market where your property is located. Okay, based on color. And then you got a market health, and this is just goes add on, and lots of charts. Here's a comp. Here's a map where all the comps are located at. So where is that? Right there. Because some people just don't believe that we know what we're doing. And so anyway, and then here are the comps that we did. It has all the information on each one. Here's the pictures of the comps that we did. Okay. And then, like this house, I just know it really well because this is the one Ian and I did. This house will probably go for like $225 to $230 when it's sold, but right now it's all trashed out, so we're going to sell it for $175.
And you did all the negative comps in this too. All the negative comps, like if this
Not
is,
on this one because
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there a way? Like in here, it's got set up for the house being the square footages, being on an average basis, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then where is it that we can depreciate? Like, let's say they got a back deck or something, and the back deck's falling off. How do you?
The range finder and go instead. We just did everything positive. Go negative.
Okay.
Like on this one right here, it's going to cost them another $20,000 to finish out the house. Okay, and do the analysis. They're not going to make any money. They're just going to finish out the house because they've already spent their profits for building it. So when you do the range stuff, that will show, yes, I've compensated for the fact this is a negative situation.
Okay.
That's what I was alluding to. It's not precise at that point. There's still some vagueness as far as how much you adjust that scale, but it does allow you better condition, worse condition.
Yeah. So then you go, like on this one, this is the part you need to get rid of, is that it lists a lot of other comps that you didn't pick. And it may help you, but they'll give you 30 or 40 more, which you don't want. So we'll show you how to get rid of them. Okay. And then, that's what, all these different houses, we have these nice pretty pictures, and then you can show them to your client if you do know what you're talking about.
The star rating was 5 stars, the highest star ratings in the confidence level.
Well, like this right, see this one right here? When you see 5 stars like that, that means they're pretty doggone sure they're right about the prices. Right there.
Who is pretty sure?
The program. The program, because they have their algorithm. Okay, I'm sorry, this is mixed up. So you want to kind of get rid of this, or you should, as you're bored. Okay, at the bottom, and then it gives you a pricing strategy. And it says, what you can do is you can put in the price you want to put in, and it goes right here. And then you have the seller, you can put the seller per piece in the back, in terms of, we're going to sell for this is what you should net out at. And you can see there's a lot more to it than what I can share with you. But what I've done, I've taken you to the first part. Is those 3 first columns, the summary, the find the value, and the comp search. If you get those, then you'll eventually get everything else. Yes, ma'am. You got a question? You got a little question? Okay, question. Here we go.
So you're listing as a comp or refine?
What? I'm sorry?
You got current value, refine value, comp value.
Yes.
Which one would you use?
I use all of them. Because what
Which
you
one
have
would you use to list that?
What's
What price are you listing?
Are you listing a comp value?
Yeah, you're just.
Oh, what I'm doing is I'm looking at, this is where you get your opinion about
Me
things.
too.
Because they'll just look at averages and you can go, well, this, it goes from 195 to 206. I'm suggesting 199.9. Something like that. Okay, we're gonna, you wanna go straight ahead?
I can.
Okay. All right, this thing got bigger and bigger. Okay. And now, we're gonna take it one step further in regards to appraisers. So we're gonna, I'm going to a lunch, and let me ask you a question. Okay. This is the question, I'm going to, Belinda's luncheon today, and, here's what my question's gonna be. You got subject, the subject property, and then you got the, first pump. All right, and they are identical. Okay. The only, in every way, form, or fashion, but the comp is less value because the subject has a two-car detached garage. My question is going to be, how do you come up with the number to raise this back up? Now, do you know?
One has a garage and one doesn't? I mean,
Yeah.
they both have a detached garage?
One, they're both the same, except one
One does not have,
does not
One
have,
doesn't have, one does.
and one does.
so they plug in.
So how do they? Where do they get their number?
I don't know where they get it, but most appraisers use 3,000 per
Right.
bay. But I've had some that give 2,000 per bay,
Yes,
like per car.
but I'm generally 3,000 what
Okay, but that's
I
information.
think 3
you-
if it's
Y'all,
attached and
have
2
y'all
if
ever
it's
heard
not.
that?
No.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard that.
And that's on a detached one?
A detached is usually 2, and then I think an attached one's 3, and it kind of depends on the appraiser.
So is that a mark? Is that like the mark?
Just when you talk to several
Appraisers, that's what they're
appraisers,
saying.
So it's cheaper
Hoy
than
Nolan
that.
and Jeremy Stevens and so forth, and what their experience has been with, it's just like, what kind of value, he asked the same question about how much adjustment would they make for an in-ground pool.
Yeah.
It might be 25 to 30% as a bogey, not the full dollar investment, cost. So
Well,
certain things like that are ballpark to answer your question.
so shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this may have more precise.
Yeah, it does. So,
And that's what the Marshall and Swift studies, that's where the appraisers are using, what that dollar amount is adjustment. And again, in lieu of that for us, this comes closer, because they're giving us a dollar amount for these better condition, whatever.
yeah. Let me show, I didn't show you this. Go to, see where it says seller's reports, and say you want to get rid of a lot of that stuff. You go, watch this, guys.
This is important.
This is really important. Okay, you go to the seller report, and then you got the report elements, and then if you don't want to show something, you unclick it. Now all that 50,000 houses that I just went through is everything to deal with market activity. So what you'll do, you'll unclick all that, and so when you pull your report off,
Is there a place you can see what all that looks like?
oh, look at this, check it out, this, okay, say like, this market
So we know
activity
if we
one right
want-
here, you pull over to here, okay, wait a minute, let me find, okay, there you go, that's that one. Okay,
Oh.
and then you can
I
go
was
to
gonna
this,
do the show it to you.
and it'll show it to you, because I was trying to figure, I couldn't remember which one's what, which one is it, so anyway, you go through and get rid of all market activity. And then you'll go and you'll just do it again. You can get all of them, but what it'll do, that will erase all the ones you don't want showing. Like I'm right now, I'm trying to do where that first page that has the 143 and the 266. I'm getting rid of that. Because I want that on the end of the report, not the beginning. Because if they start looking at those numbers, you've lost them.
So is there a way you can change the order of it? Or do you just go ahead and print it out or whatever
Maybe.
and then just
Or
print
you
it out?
can just go ahead and slip it around,
Yeah, print it out and then
just
slip it
print
back.
out and then
Put it
just
back.
flip it around,
Can you delete the whole report? You got it up there and you don't need it anymore.
Oh yeah, I can show you how to do that.
I mean, you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
need mortgage history, just show.
That was my 1 a.m.
Click
call.
that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
that's,
you need to show.
Well, while it's running, something that we learned yesterday, Becky, listen
I
to
don't
this,
like that.
because you had a suggestion how to correct it. You're limited the amount of words that you can use when you actually decide who you're gonna email this report to. You put in and there was limitations on spacing on the number of email addresses, was there not? First of
Yes,
all.
yes.
And then secondly, the verbiage that you use to explain, in our case, we're actually challenging appraisal, and these are the reasons why they should reconsider, respectfully reconsider, and then we got to the point in time it was very limited, probably less than 100.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact, but we hadn't even typed just 2 or 3 sentences and looked down and we only had 35 characters left on it,
Yeah.
so.
So if you have anything that needs more explanation, tell me.
I just, since we needed almost a cover letter,
Yes.
I just went into Word, typed a cover letter, and then merged that document into this so that it became the first page of this PDF file, and then I could send it to whoever.
Okay. Notice how they had all those jobs with houses and stuff? And those are the ones that I picked originally. Okay, but there's no 30 jobs houses. That's how you got rid of it. Now let's go to answer the question. All right. Okay, if you want to get rid of the report, see all the stuff that's over here? I don't want that.
X out of it.
X up top right there.
So just hit on that particular report. Let's go. We got to click onto that. Then you go to delete report, and that will get rid of it. That's how you do it. Okay.
What is that up there? It says my report's complete pending fails.
See how these color codes? Okay, that's a completed one. Okay, it's a sale, the color report is in blue, that means it's completed. And then if there was a pending one, it'd be in orange somewhere along here. And then that's just these are all done. There, so you can pull them. So you feel is it saving the stuff? Yeah, save it right there.
See, it's saving all your.
Okay.
Your
Now,
reports
if you
that
ever
got.
do a, let's
It
see.
tells you the stats.
We're gonna forget that. So what you do, what I do is I just go and break them all.
Yeah.
So you can get overwhelmed with all of them, but you can do 30 reports in a day, So that's kind of it. So
Another good thing we learned was there's no timeout feature. If it takes you a while to go through this,
yeah,
like some of these programs, if you don't get back to it, you're timed out, you lose all the stuff you worked, so that's a good thing to know.
mm-hmm. And again,
So when you save it, you're like partially, you go in there and work a little while, you can save it.
yeah, this is, you don't even have to say
You
it.
type in the number, where do you go to?
We don't type any. I haven't found any. I just leave it,
Yeah, you can put all
and then when I want to come back, if I want to, go back to
Well, I
home.
may be
First
working
page
on
of the
3 of them at
report.
a time.
Yeah.
His
So,
name.
Well, once you see all this stuff right here,
that's recent property.
yeah, then
You do
you
your
can pull it up.
profile.
Get that.
That's on the main page.
Yep.
I left that
Or
night,
whatever, and put all your
screen,
information in.
and the screensaver came on, I thought it would immediately pop up the next morning. It did not, we actually had to go on the NARpr website, but
It was
the
there.
stuff was there, on that address. So that's company needs to know. But again, if you're expecting it as I was, first thing on the screen when I opened up next morning.
But what about saving, if you,
Yeah, like I
you're
said, I might be working on
here,
this
and
one,
then
and
you
then
want
I'll be working on this one, and I
Yes.
may work on this one,
to.
then I'll go back and finish all 3 of them one night,
Should
I
be
might
all-
go
That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it should be there.
It is wherever, you can click that
Maybe
button
it's not
wherever
open
you
opinions,
left off.
Now,
Well, if you
let me
have
show you
read
something
report, yeah,
as
it
a
won't
former
show
share
there.
seller. Go to this right here. See that?
Uh-huh,
New distressed properties. So what you can do is you can click onto that and find distressed properties. Because what I think that is, I haven't looked at it, but what my guess is that they get copies of the substitute trustee ads and they put it on this thing.
I don't have that on mine.
Yeah, you click on market activity first.
Oh, marketing.
Right there.
Missed that turn.
Yeah.
You have to put that in your directions.
Yeah. So anyway,
Running around the neighborhood.
and I have looked at that just a little bit, and what it's doing is, see, so new distress in Murfreesboro 37129. And there are all the properties that are fixing to be foreclosed on. Don't get excited yet. Okay?
Oh, dang.
Because of some of these, when I look through it, they've already gone, their foreclosure date's already passed. Okay?
Just like Zillow.
I'm assuming this is coming out with the, Substitute Trustee Act come out. You can achieve the same thing by going to myfir.com, myfir.com, which is the Wilson and Associates attorney's website. They're one of the largest foreclosure attorneys here in the state. And you can combine these things. Like, go to, this is a big one, it's on Florence right here.
I want to clarify, you said MYFIR?
myfir.com. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. Alright, well, that's something y'all can play with. Okay? So you have this thing, and then also it has an investor thing to it, which is basically looking at the price of the house and then putting into the effect what's the return on investment and that sort of thing, so you can give your customers, if you buy this house, you should get a 25% return on your investment, so on, here's the comps, here's the numbers, and stuff like that. We didn't even talk about that. I just wanted to get past the first 4 columns, which we did.
That's what we're going to just out of the party.
Alright,
Because
so,
we'll be looking at it this way.
okay, I've gone, I'll go back
other
to this
realtors
again,
come into the property and be like,
and there it is. So we went from 149, which is, I like this probably for demonstration purposes because it just shows how wide it can happen. And then, and we got it up to $280,000. Okay. And then, you just have to use your experience, but, this will give you access to more information than you've ever had before. And the fact, I talked to Richard about this, and I was in a training class about a year or so ago, and we had some board people in there, and they were going crazy about this in a negative manner. Okay, and I found out Richard told me why. Okay, NAR has a history of coming out with really cool products, and they're free, and then they get you hooked on them, and then they charge you for it. Okay, there's also a concern that you'll be bypassing the local MLS, but it has, and then you can go to Timbuktu with this thing, So, anyway, enjoy it while we have it. And, and then I heard Bob told me something that didn't make any sense, that they were concerned that NAR would be spying, on this stuff, whatever values we came up with. I don't think that's anyway. So.
Somebody somewhere is anyway.
Yeah. So anyway.
The example he used also shows the square footage he had to add, double the size or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Of the public records, tax records that don't reflect those homeowners who do the improvements on unfinished spaces, and yet they finish it. And that just, again, further cautions everybody to make sure that if you have reason to believe the tax records is incorrect, this would actually
help you. So like that. Yes, ma'am.
But you know what, I was kind of thinking, but with this right here, because we'll get up these really good comps now, because we're utilizing this, But we're going to have to be really careful about it, not over exaggerate, because we're still going to have to put it on the market and show it to this other realtor and explain to them of why we've got this other value different from their comps that they're pulling. You know what I'm saying? Because ours is more done.
That's why you leave that little booklet.
Oh yeah.
Thing
That's
why you go to see the house.
It's just like,
how they're going to argue though to this, like so much per square foot.
That's their problem.
But we could also show like the potential. Is that what you were just saying? Is that like if we got a client and there's a house that's 1,400 square feet on the market, but they've got a totally unfinished upstairs, we could be like, hey, buy the property at this amount right here, finish the upstairs, and look how much of an increase you can have in the value of that property.
Oh, yeah, like what that'll do in the range thing, you'll also, that thing about adding the value. That's a big, I keep running across that. It's like, well, they put in, should I put this new garage on? Well, let's just say it's gonna cost you $50,000, but according to NAR stats, it's only going to give you $30,000 in actual value. So there's you get the wonderfulness of the thing you just built, and that's for your benefit. But in regards to adding value to the property, it's not going to be the full amount of money you spend. Because you've had people tell you, like, I put in granite, marble top, and I spent 10,000 for that, and I did this, and I did 10,000 for that. Doesn't mean a hell of beans. Because it's just kind of, it doesn't add, it's not a $1 for $1.
Right, right. That's what you're saying. So like, when there's like, oh, now I can go in here, and like my son, he's like selling his house. Well, if he wants to go in there and he wants to rip out the kitchen, and he wants to say, well, okay, mom, we're gonna redo it. This, I'm like, look, Josh, is it gonna be worth it for you to do all those repairs, all those updates and stuff if you're gonna sell the house?
And doing this would may help you to save 65% of the total dollar value or 85%. That's a useful tool.
Yes, sir.
But again, the final analysis, in spite of how much this gives all of us, there's still going to be some variation. I mean, think about, would have 3 licensed appraisers, are they going to have the exact same opinion of value? No. Because either here, we're selecting those comps to use, somebody else, the difference maybe select some others, it's going to affect different.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, but this is, it's heavily useful.
It makes you look a lot smarter. Not that y'all are.
So they don't have any tutorials on the website like that.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
webinars
See,
all the time.
this is
to go
just-
to buy them.
Yeah, you go into they have a wonderful help section and everything. We just did it this way because it was faster.
Yeah, right.
Here's the 4 columns you got to figure out. Get that going. Then you can go be tricky. Because they have videos and they're in 3-minute links, and so that you don't get bored. It's 3 minutes, 6 minutes, and you get through it. And but this is just y'all need to look at this.
So are all those videos underneath that help button right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like where'd you go? Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna go.
Bottom left corner.
Oh yeah. How can
That's when you talk to them.
you get, okay, what you do also, you can go. See this right here? 877-977-7576. That's a wonderful number. That's the 24/7 number. So, and they will, if you got a question, call them up and they'll be happy to help.
Rusty tells me he called him one night because he was lonely.
Yeah. Yeah. I just love going over this real estate stuff in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's great. All right.
So I was trying to utilize this on the buying side, but the house that I was actually looking up, the date that it was, showing for the RVM was the actual list date on the house. It was the list price on the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It doesn't actually, it doesn't say generated by Brian Pritchard type of thing. So trying to look at it on the buying side, it wasn't as helpful as it would be on the listing side.
I'd like to see what you're doing. Because
You could talk at 1 in the morning.
So, does anybody else have anything? The one that I was looking at was out in Centerville. But it was, list date was the same date that the value.
I've seen that in other situations where if the list date's already, they just do that.
Yeah.
Donnie, you think you have a
I gotta play with it. You can take it off when you go to do your comp analysis. It brings up the property as automatically part of the comp. You need to unclick that and remove that house as part of the comp. Because you're trying to get adjustable comps to that property. So when you confirm facts, obviously.
Okay, we're now at a stopping point. So
You go to find comps.
now everyone help everybody to learn this. Because this will make us, I don't know if anybody, the only reason why I know about this is I got a call from Nancy Miller, and they were teaching the class down at NTAR. So I went down there, I said, holy cow, when I saw that first one, where you just does it for you, and there it is, holy cow, this is fantastic. So then I got trapped. Now I've been working on this forever. So anyway, I'm Donna, do you want to come up and do, now Donna has some more things.
You guys wanna do more?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Are you taking your computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need it?
No, I can do it from here.
Okay,
If
well,
y'all just follow. I can't hook mine up to that.
okay, well, come use mine, okay.
You can use mine, I guess, if you want. I've got one I've been working on while y'all been talking, and I'm down to a report, and I don't know what to do. There's like all these select reports, I mean.
Okay, playing with Rusty, I found out that we can go and become our actual appraiser. So where he said that he didn't know what to do, go back to your comp analysis. And where it says, what's the difference between the sales comparison analysis and the competitive analysis? When you click on the sales competitive analysis, it brings you to the appraiser side. So you can add more adjustments to it that brings it into the comp and makes it more pliable for anybody else who sees it. It's going to ask for your number, an appraiser's ID number. You don't have one, so skip that step. And then go to confirm facts, and a whole new sheet comes up.
Analysis or whatever.
We're at the home page.
Where'd you go back to?
Where'd you click on first?
Huh? I'll go back this way.
Sorry, we had accidentally.
So when you're at go to your comp analysis, and you're going to be given two choices right here in create, and we want the second one, and then we're going to go to confirm facts.
We got it.
Which I was already there, and it's going to bring up this long page with all kinds of goodies that you can do.
That's a report. We don't need a report.
Yeah.
Starts out as single family residence, so we know it's a single family home. Then we do the total rooms. Total rooms above grade just means the total rooms that are upstairs. So you need to punch in how many rooms are actually upstairs in the home and go through and do the bedrooms, then how many bedrooms are below grade, same with the bathrooms. And it actually does an algorithm for you and starts plussing and minusing. Everybody was asking about garages and if it makes a difference for upstairs and downstairs. This is where the numbers are being plugged in.
When you're talking about above grade and below grade, are you talking about first and second story?
Yes.
Or first
Anything
story
that's
and
above
basement?
grade is anything that's upstairs. Anything that's below grade is below stairs, below like in a basement level or finished basement. And then everything else.
That definition, because usually that means below grade is below the ground.
The appraiser's handbook of definitions. When I went through and was trying to learn how to do this, I had an appraiser's handbook of definitions. And that's what it said for that.
And did you make a copy of that book for everybody?
It's 202 pages. You can make your own copy of the book. And then you add your partial bath. The square footage should be carried over it like he did, and it should be plugged in. There's no basement in his house. And then the lot size. Now this is where it gets funner. You have the garage funner. Does that work? Yes. The garage square footage. Say he had the extra square footage. Say he had a 500 square foot garage. You're just going to plug that in. If there's a pool that was added, you need to add yes. And then it gives you an adjustment for the pool. But it doesn't give very much. It only gives an adjustment for the pool if more than 50% of the people in the neighborhood have a pool.
And it doesn't have to be, it's depending on if it's above or underground or whatever
It
else.
doesn't make any adjustment for that. It just is more that it takes into effect the area of the neighborhood and if there's more people in the neighborhood.
That register to have pools.
Have pools or not.
Right.
The wealthier neighborhood, does that make pools?
Tenure is
So
pretty.
that could be, in my opinion, a weakness of this versus how the appraisers actually do their actual appraisers. Because rarely will you find an adjustment for an above ground pool, even though it's a very expensive, nice deck, landscaping. The in-ground pools, there will be a crudity there, but not the full amount. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah, my people didn't
When I was
understand.
playing with this, if it was an above ground pool, I didn't even add it. Because it doesn't do anything with the numbers. But if they have a saltwater pool or something, the appraiser is going to make a few more adjustments, but it does throw in an algorithm if you put yes for an in-ground pool. It doesn't give much value. It only gives like $300 or $400 difference. So it's not much. The condition, quality of construction. Here's the quality of construction. There's this little sheet that tells you what these Q's and C's always mean and an appraisal. And I didn't give you one of those because I'm a bad instructor and this was my first time doing it.
You are
We
bad.
need some make some copies.
Yeah, so everybody has to.
Is that like the Q3?
Yep, the construction.
Yeah, like we would have it done.
Actually, we use this in challenging appraisal. For example, this is very useful to know because I actually used it yesterday when the appraiser that was being challenged used a Q4 definition, which says it's basically builder's grade, and yet subject property had a lot of upgrades, and therefore that's something very politely, gently said, that's something that needs to be massaged. Was that gentle enough?
Yes, you were.
Okay, thanks.
But you did want to put in another statement. I said, no.
Yeah,
Let's
I
don't.
said, how does this sound? I was going to go ahead and kind of spell out how.
Let's don't ruffle the feathers yet.
So he's gonna go get that, and that's gonna help give you some guidelines for the construction and the condition of the home. And you can pretty much guess that. The lower the number, the better the house is constructed. The higher the number, the crappier the house is. So
I had an appraisal one time that did, I didn't know what order they were. New construction, totally upgraded, like we do. And he put it as a 5. And I'm like, really? This is brand new?
Wow.
5 is like.
now the energy efficient items, unfortunately, I have not figured out how to plug those codes in yet. There is another code on here. The view. See where it says view and view factors?
Adverse.
Neutral, beneficial, or adverse. Now the view
Looking at the
factors, he's
dump.
copying that out. There are actually codes that you can put in there for your views. And it says like city view, forest view, mountain view, lakeside view.
TVA view, do they have that?
It has all
City dump view.
Oh,
Mount Rushmore, Nudist County view.
Yeah.
So, it goes ahead and does all those, and then you just confirm the facts, and you close it, and then you go back and finally adjust. Oh, I don't want to mess with the rest of these things. Anyway, then you go back and find the comps that are comparable, and it plugs in those to make your comps a little bit more tweaked.
awesome.
Now, this will probably only change his comp by a couple of $1,000 to the plus or minus, but it just lets you tweak so that you know that you're a little bit closer to the appraiser than being further away from the appraiser.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the main thing I've gotten from this program is that it gets you closer to the appraiser, so we have less issues theoretically. Because I don't know, I'm not aware of any real estate agents that have the discipline to figure this out. Okay? And so it's just, there are two things that realtors won't do. They don't door knock, and they don't do stuff like this. So if you want to separate yourself, door knock, and learn how to do this. Because what you do, I keep pulling, look at this, you're going to just overwhelm people, in a nice way. That you know what the heck you're talking about.
Now, the other thing I learned how to do was to make the property flyers. I wish I had my computer so I already did this. So if you go back, if you click on reports and go to the property flyers, it lets you select the photo that you want to use. So Rusty could actually put a real pretty photo back up here. And it lets you upload your own photos, make your own headlines, and it also lets you know what value you want to display, whether it's the year built, the tax amount, subdivision, school districts are always important. And I always suppress the MLS because I make these before I go live on the MLS. But once you make this property report, how do you get this bigger, Rusty?
Hit central on the plus button.
Anyway, it'll make you this really nice thing that you can have. You can do up to 4 pages so that you can put a couple of the comp analysis in on the pages and leave it at the house. That way when any realtor comes in or anybody comes in as a prospective buyer, they have these little pamphlets to take and they know that you're not beating around the bush with your comps. It's all right there in black and white already for them. It's pretty simple to use. Make sure that when you upload your own photos, you push save. It's going to show it gray on the top and gray on the bottom. don't freak out about that, because I did that and we had to call them because they couldn't get it to work right. But it will work and it will hold everything for you. And once you plug in all your information in your photo, it'll bring it all up and make this really pretty little sheet for you.
One of the things that I've learned to do is, I look, you guys are talking about the numbers, how they didn't add up and stuff. Look at, when you come to the final page and stuff, see if how they came up with the number. Just do the math on it, because there are sometimes there's on the adjustments, it'll just say $3,000, you'll just add it. But you just have to get really good at this. This is like if I was an assistant and what would I do to make myself really valuable to my agent? I've learned how to do this. Somebody who's got really good at it. But it's not impossible, so there you go.
And I'm willing to sit down with anybody and help them get further than as far as I got. So just ask and I'll help you. But keep these handy because it also helps you read your appraisal that when you get in your appraisal. Also, your inspector a lot of times will use some of these codes and you're going to want to know what these codes mean.
So you get 2 pages from you?
Yep. I had more, but I wrote on them.
All right, my friends. Any other questions?
Good clap.
All right.
Here's my hand.
Thank you.